Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to Pitch News. My name is Faith Gadoni.
And I am Hilda Jelagat. And on news today, the Court of Appeal has now allowed couples to divorce much earlier than the 3 years the law stated. Let's get the full story by Joseph Njoroge.
The Court of Appeal, in a ruling dated 10 June, dismissed the law prohibiting divorce until 3 years of love as being unconstitutional. The three judges, Gatembu Kairu, Pauline Nyamoya, and Jesse Lesor, appealed the nullification of the law, saying the 14 is unconstitutional for limiting the divorce period and tying down the newlyweds in a marriage union. They stated that there must be a fair balance of the law, which essentially seeks to protect the family unit, but not to perpetrate a marriage that is no longer beneficial in the couple's interest. Joseph Njoroge reporting for Pitch News.
North Korea is undergoing yet another misfortune as the country reports an unidentified epidemic just as the world is recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic.
The world suffered drastically from the COVID-19 epidemic. Unfortunately, North Korea is now facing an identified stomach disease. In South Hwanghae province, at least 800 suffered from an acute enteric epidemic. Officials, however, speculate that it may be cholera or typhoid. Prevention efforts, which include quarantine, intensive screening for all residents, special treatment and monitoring of vulnerable people. Local health officials are now working to ensure farming is not thrown into disorder in the key agricultural area. Disinfection is equally being carried out in North Korea. Reporters have said there has been difficulties in identifying the case numbers and also recoveries. Question is, should we be alarmed? Muthoni Wanjiru reporting for Pitch TV.
The current senator of Nairobi, Johnson Sakaja, is now back on the gubernatorial race. This is after his academic history was found to be questionable. More news by Pauline Gogi.
Johnson Sakaja has been given the green light to contest in the Nairobi gubernatorial race. On Sunday, IEBC dismissed a petition seeking to bar him from contending on basis of his education qualifications. This comes after IEBC said it lacks the mandate to investigate the academic credentials for any candidate seeking office for these upcoming general elections. The Commission for University Education on Wednesday revoked the recognition of Sakaja's Bachelor of Science in Management degree from Uganda's Team University. However, the High Court has since suspended the university's decision. Judge Jairus Ngaah, in his ruling, also prohibited IEBC from striking Sakaja from his list of contenders running in the general elections. Sakaja went ahead to assure Nairobians he will be in the ballot this coming elections on August 9th. Reporting for Pitch TV, I am Pauline Gogi.
A 27-year-old man allegedly murders his 76-year-old mother over land disputes in Mwea. Alex Ngure with the story.
A wave of shock hit Njoka village in Mwea East, Kirinyaga County as a man allegedly murdered his 76-year-old mother over land disputes. This happened not so long after he was pardoned by the president during the Madaraka Day celebrations at Uhuru Gardens in Nairobi. David Kitavi, the sub-county police commander, said the deceased was killed on Sunday morning after being hit with a blunt object found on the crime scene, adding that the suspect has since fled their home. He continues to say that the body of the deceased was taken to Kibugi Funeral Home, awaiting post-mortem, as police hunt down the suspect. Reporting for Pitch TV, Alex Ngure, Kirinyaga County.
Rainfall and strong winds saw in Webuye County, destroying multiple schools. This has forced many students to go back home, stopping their education. Meanwhile, Brenda Magangi now reports.
Webuye SEK Primary and High School are counting losses after heavy rains and strong winds destroyed the roofs of the school on Saturday evening. The students were forced to study outside as a result. Parents arrived at the school and expressed shock at the incident but were grateful that there were no injuries. They urged the government to intervene to rebuild the structures. Brenda Mongangi reporting for Pitch TV.
Professor George Wajackoyah, the Roots Party presidential candidate, is stirring excitement among many citizens based on his popular marijuana.
Few weeks, Professor George Wajackoyah has stirred some excitement among citizens. This comes after revealing his greatest agenda should he become the 5th president of Kenya. Wajackoyah says that he will legalize the growing of marijuana which will be sold to clear the country's debt. He has also stated that the country will venture in farming of poisonous snakes, from which toxins will be extracted and sold in aid of curbing the national debts. However, Wajakoya's marijuana narrative has been criticized by Agano presidential candidate David Mwaura, who says it's impossible to pay the debts using the marijuana, since Kenya is a rich country that is able to offset its debt. Regardless, Wajakoya has received support from the youth and citizens, leaving us with the question, will he actually win in this race? Anjuguna, Pitch News.
His Excellency the President Uhuru Kenyatta recently declared that the Akorino should be allowed to wear turbans, the famously known Kilemba, thus encouraging their religious beliefs. More news by
President Uhuru on Sunday, June 20th, joined the Akorino faithful in celebrating 100 years of existence. During the event, he asked the church not to shy away from their practices as there is freedom of religion in Kenya. In his words, he stated, "No one should be condemned for wearing a turban as there is no law in Kenya that denies anyone to identify themselves with their religion." Reporting for Pitch News, I'm Sharon Mwenda.
That's it for today. Your news is our #1 priority.
have a lovely